It's been an interesting 7 days since we were last on the show. A lot has happened, and that's football for you. We could also see Graham Potter return back to management with West Ham, David Moyes go back to Everton for another spell, and of course, the Super Eagles announced and subsequently unveiled a new coach for the team in the person of Eric Sekushel of Mali. Welcome back to the Fantactics podcast. I am here in the studio with my usual co-host, Sabubu Elkun. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are very observant, you see that the Fantactics podcast is broadcasting from a beautiful new set thanks to our partners at Tuzal Media Limited. Sabubu, how are you doing?
The past 7 days has been terrible. When I mean terrible, in the sense that the last show we had, I told you last week's stroke, this week, will make Omar Arsenal's season.
Yeah.
And we have started seeing things unveil. They lost to Newcastle with 2 goals against them in the first leg
of the Carabao
Cup. The luck they have is there's no away goals. So they can go there.
There's a shot at redemption.
Yes. But, if there's anything they need to sit down and think is they're making too much errors. The injuries are piling up.
Yeah.
We don't even know who they want to buy in the market. And the luck of the draw in the FA Cup, we saw what happened. We give it to Man U. They were resolute in their defending. They had a red card. Arsenal played with an extra man for over 60 minutes with extra time, and they couldn't take their chances. So it came down to the lottery of penalties. The other big teams made it through. They were given easier draws.
Yeah.
But one thing about football, you have to face whosoever is
put in front of you.
Chelsea did their own part, went through. Liverpool did their own part, went through. Manchester City stretched their legs, and a man that has not scored a goal in forever scored from the penalty spot.
Generously.
Thank you very much. And Newcastle won.
Tottenham got their win.
Brighton after extra time. Brighton won.
Almost everybody aside Brentford.
The biggest shocker was Brentford.
Yeah.
Because everybody expected Brentford to win. In fact, they threw it away like Arsenal. Everybody like that. Arsenal, in quote, are in a crisis, if they like it or not.
Is it that bad?
It is very, very bad because they are short on players. Big time. It's like there's a curse in that team. Maybe very soon, Arteta will have to come out of retirement to play for them. That's how bad it's getting.
Well, it won't be the first time we saw Paul Scholes do it, although Paul Scholes was not the coach of Manchester United.
Then we saw the El Clasico yesterday.
Ooh.
I told people that it's like Real Madrid conspired to mess that match up. They scored first. You saw the goal.
Yeah.
Mbappe, a beautiful goal.
Run.
But after the first goal, they conceded 5
in a row.
And we can see that young man, Lamine Yamal, we are seeing the future of Spanish football and possibly world football.
Yeah.
And with all the hype Mbappe has been given, if he doesn't take time, he might not be the person we're talking about in the next 1 or 2 years. He's the young Barcelona guys. Because you can see that it's not just only him. You see the team, they're ready to get at you. Yes, we gave them the La Liga title from the beginning of the season. And I still
blew it.
But they're still there. Take it or leave it.
Well, they are in and around the picture, but I think they are 3 or so points behind Atletico now in first position with, this is the halfway line. They have played half of their games. Of course, they had a very commanding lead and they blew it. So there's still room for, a slip up from either of the teams above them. But it was exciting to watch Barcelona.
Yeah.
Most impressive is that when you juxtapose them with the Madrid squad that is expensively assembled with the likes of 100 million players and players of big wages,
Rodriguez and Vinicius Juniors and Mbappe.
You go to Barcelona, you're talking about Marc Casado, Alejandro Balde, you're talking of Gavi, you're talking of Pedri, and you're talking of Lamine Yamal. Inaki Peña came on. Those are players from Barcelona's academy. Barca were flexing their muscle, trying to compete with Real Madrid, and sign expensive players. And they kind of lost their way. they are now in debt and all that. But, a return to their roots from where they got the likes of Iniesta, Xavi, Sergio Busquets, Piqué, might do them some good.
It's going for them. And I want to see more of what we saw yesterday in the Spanish Super
I think
Cup.
I need to throw this out there for Barcelona fans. This might be a result that excites you, but you guys have to be ready for more struggles, because Barca, just like another London team in blue, Chelsea, they enjoy playing against teams that come out to attack. But once they set up against low blocks, which is what teams in La Liga have figured out, and is why they are frustrating Barcelona in some games, is that you just need to let them work themselves out, passing the ball left, right, and center, attack you, just be resolute, and then God second half.
You know what? God saves you, they score you first.
And then you now continue trying to...
That's why if you look at all Barcelona defeats this season, when the opposing team scores first, they find it very, very difficult to come back. And they're suspect to counter-attacks. Because when they're coming, that's those, in quote, the smaller teams. No disrespect, compared to the pedigree of both clubs. You see that the teams just wait for that opening and they hit you. What was Ancelotti thinking about yesterday?
Well,
that high line he did was unforgiving.
I don't understand, because I was thinking, ideally, if Ancelotti was, he has good hairline, but I don't know why he's carrying the line backwards. Because Barcelona, the first El Clasico of the season, that was a flaw that was exposed.
It was the same pattern and that played yesterday.
The goals now have gone up. The next one now might be 8. Because if they persist with that high line, Barcelona will keep on exploiting it.
Yes.
And of course, they are very good at pressing. So as you are playing out from the back, with that makeshift defense that they have, lacking pace, left, right, and center, they just stroll into the Tchouaméni, Lucas Vázquez. They don't really know what's going on. And Rafinha was just having joy. In fact, let's just leave Pele, Madrid
right
fans.
Now,
sorry for you.
Right now, the draws have been made. United have a home game against Leicester.
Yeah.
City are going away to one of the lower league sides. Chelsea has probably one of the hardest draws because they're playing Brighton away. And as it is presently, apart from the usual suspects of Arsenal and United and City in the FA Cup and Chelsea, the smaller teams tend to have the chance that they can easily win a silverware this season.
Yeah.
The way it's going. So it now depends on, it's supposed big teams to take their chances, or else what happened to Arsenal yesterday will likely happen to them. A lot of them.
But Arsenal have nothing to be ashamed of. Man U put up a spirited performance against Liverpool, which is one of the best teams in Europe. And Arsenal are not currently in that caliber. Sorry to say, I know they might not like to hear that, but Arsenal are not currently ranked as one of the top. They are one of the best in the Premier League, but in Europe. So I think they will just have to go back, conduct an autopsy, and see what they can take from that elimination. It was a penalty shootout. Arteta enter transfer market. If not, they will transfer you.
They should just try to get those that are injured, get them back and try and sign quality players for their team. The Super Eagles have a new coach.
Yeah.
What do you think that man can bring to the Super Eagles?
Now, I was having a conversation with some of my friends on WhatsApp, and I was telling them, look, a lot has been said about the whole meme, the viral video of Coach Eric getting watered, cooling his head after the quarterfinal elimination of Mali by Ivory Coast at the Nations Cup. But, I want to go out on a limb and say this coach might be one of the best coaches we have in a long while, since maybe, should I dare say, Stephen Keshi. Why? His teams deploy with a very balanced, let me not say formation. His teams are very balanced. They attack very well.
Simply say he has a pattern of play.
A very balanced pattern of play. Yes, let me use that. Balanced pattern of play. They attack very well. They defend very well. They try to control games. And I tell people that when you say, what did he do with Mali? He lost only 3 games out of 20-something. That's a team that does not have the talent pool that the Super Eagle does. So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring and how he's going to translate into positive performances. I will also say, let us temper our expectations. Everybody's expecting that we are going to win all the games and qualify for the World Cup. I'm sorry to say, it's not possible.
African football has moved
it's not possible.
20 years ago.
It's not possible.
Where you beat teams 4-5-0.
Yeah.
Now teams put up a fight. They have better players compared to 20 years ago.
A lot of teams
they have better facilities now.
Better managers.
And the FIFA Go project is really helping a lot of African countries.
Yes.
Because of the irony about it, sorry to say, other African countries are deploying their money better
than Nigeria.
Than we Nigeria.
Yes.
So it's just quite unfortunate that teams that we didn't expect to get to the level that they are already up there, especially in female football. See what the Arab countries are doing. The Moroccos of this world, the Algerians, the Egyptians, and the Tunisians, the Zambians, South Africans, the Equatorial Guinea, and even the Ghanaians and the Cameroonians. Falcons can't beat teams 6-7-0.
Nigeria is just surviving on talent and inshallah. Honestly, that's what's just taking us. We have so much talent.
We are surviving on exported, imported talent. Simple and short.
Exported, imported talent.
Give birth abroad. The children grow up. They have base. Oh, my father is a Nigerian. I want to play for the Super Eagles. They've been trained through the European system of
tactical education.
Thank you. That's why I said exported and imported talent.
We'll go on a short break to understand what Sabubu just said. But it's still your number one show. Please don't go anywhere. We are going to be back.
The Premiership has gotten to the halfway mark and we're on the stretch. This is where we tend to know people that want to win the league. Remember we said it last week?
Yeah.
Those that their work is to look for top 4. Those that want to qualify for Europa League, Conference League. Those that just want to consolidate their
position
when the Premiership.
Yes.
Then the relegation candidates, because we know of one, we won't call their names. Their own is just to be collecting till the season ends.
Everything went south for them. So
we have Tuesday fixtures. That's midweek fixtures.
Yeah.
Then we have the weekend fixtures. Virtually all leagues in Europe are back in full. The La Liga is back. The German Bundesliga is back. The
League One is back. Italian Serie A.
And everything is back.
Everybody's kicking.
So we start with the English League. And a team that decided to embarrass the Premiership over the weekend are the ones that will start the matches. A team in London called Brentford. And guess their visitors, the Wounded Lions, Manchester City.
Well, Man City have a very unique opportunity here. This midweek fixtures and the fixtures over the weekend to re-establish themselves, to correct their season. Yeah. So they play Brentford and then subsequently they play Ipswich.
Okay.
So I think Man City are going to get the wins in both games. So
then Chelsea will play Bournemouth. Bournemouth has beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. In the past 5 games, they've won 3 times. And their game suits... Chelsea's game suits
Bournemouth. I would say vice versa too.
Yes.
Bournemouth's game suits Chelsea. But Bournemouth be like hot yam. Now they Bournemouth. So if Chelsea go lose guard, Chelsea will also collect. But I see a game that has goals in it.
I say Chelsea win or draw.
All right.
Graham Potter has his first home Premiership match against Fulham.
Yes.
I see a Fulham win in that match. Sorry, a West Ham win in that match.
I wanted to correct you.
No, it's a mistake.
Why? Because his first game against Aston Villa,
they held Villa by the street.
I was pleasantly surprised, but I wasn't. I know Graham Potter is a very good manager. He was very unfortunate at Chelsea. Sort of like what's happening at United. He walked into a club in chaos and unfortunately things went out of hand for him. So I also see a West Ham win or draw in that game.
Then we have Nottingham Forest and Liverpool.
A bookie team for Liverpool.
That's the only team that has beaten Liverpool this season in the Premiership. And they beat Liverpool at Anfield.
I'll go out on a limb and say I still see a Liverpool win.
You sure?
They'll want to get vengeance.
Yeah, I know
and
that,
they'll
but-
likely get it.
They will likely get it, but they have to be very careful.
Of course.
Because
Nottingham are a very good
Forest
side.
is a very funny team. You can't seem to place a pattern on them. Wood will be out of the match in 60 minutes, and by the 70th minute, you hear goal and you check the goal scorer, it is Wood.
It came off the woodwork.
I don't know.
Wood the walk. My brother.
Then on Tuesday, we have some German Bundesliga fixtures. I don't know what's wrong with Dortmund. They're playing away to Holstein Kai.
Holstein Kai. So they should just hold
They should better win that
those
match.
things because the league has not been kind to
They are
them.
very inconsistent this season.
Very.
And I feel sorry for Noor Shaheen, to be honest with you. He's a good coach, but maybe his timing at Dortmund. But Dortmund played in Champions League final last season, so I don't know what the problem
I
is.
would say this. I know it was not sporting reasons per se, but getting rid of
the former coach.
The former coach was a very
It
wrong
was a
move
wrong
for them.
move, yes.
It was a wrong move. But on and away from that, still on Tuesday we have some interesting fixtures in the Serie A. Como will be hosting AC Milan at the very scenic and beautiful stadium, Sinagaglia. So what do you look?
I see an AC Milan win or draw.
Yeah, AC Milan have a new coach in Sergio Conceição, and they have a new trophy already. So it's going to be a beautiful one. Atlanta, Juventus.
Atlanta have faltered. The last match they played, goalless.
Goalless draw.
I see an Atlanta win or draw in this match.
I would concur with you. So
you forgot to mention Bayer Leverkusen are playing on Tuesday
my bad.
against Mainz. But we all know what will happen.
Yes. So I think it's a walkover. That's why we walked over it.
Then on Wednesday, we have Everton take on Aston Villa, Newcastle Wolves, and Arsenal Tottenham Hotspur.
I think Leicester will also host Crystal Palace.
Yes.
So the fixture of note is Arsenal Tottenham, the North London derby.
Yeah.
But before then, we have to take into cognizance the fact that Newcastle are steadily climbing up the table.
Yeah.
And of course, they'll be looking to make their way because with a Nottingham Forest Liverpool fixture and a Chelsea Bournemouth, any slip up will give them room to step into the top
they're
four.
around each other.
Forest are most secure in the top four right now.
Yeah.
So Chelsea are already looking shaky.
Okay.
They might fall into a qualification.
Do you think David Moyes will give Everton a victory in his first home match against Aston Villa?
Well, never discount a new manager bounce, but the quality in that Everton side is really lacking, unfortunately. They have a few exciting players up front. Beto is not bad. Iliman Ndiaye is a very, very mercurial player. But quality, I don't think they can do it. It will be too soon for him.
Do you think he was brought in to steady the ship? They avoid relegation. They move to the new stadium. Then he can build from there.
I think if they were looking to build for the future, Moyes was the wrong man to turn to.
Why do you say so?
I would say Moyes is more of the old school kind of guys. And with the evolution of football, you had the likes of a Graham Potter out there. You had the likes of the former Dortmund coach, a young mercurial coach out there. You had the likes of a Xavi out there. I mean, this is a club with new ownership.
Okay.
To show some ambition. So I would say, they have made their choices.
Newcastle Wolves.
Newcastle win.
Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, what do you think in that match?
Arsenal will get the win, but I still see both teams to score.
Then Bayern Munich will play Hoffenheim in Germany.
Well,
it's Bayern Munich, right?
We know what goes down there.
You sure?
One can never be sure in football, but as sure as you can be.
Okay.
So also on Wednesday in the Serie A, Inter will be hosting Bologna. That's another fixture.
It's an Inter win.
An Inter win for you.
Yeah, Inter win.
Bologna can be a very tricky one, but I also agree. Straight win.
You know the good thing about Inter is Inter can go into a match and win 1-0 and go into another match and win 5-0.
Yeah, like that.
If there's anything about that team that what's the name of the coach again, Inzaghi has done,
Yeah.
is he has made them very, very solid.
Very solid.
Defensively.
Yeah.
That's why I still give it to Bayern Leverkusen that beat them in the Champions League about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 1-0. I respected Alonso. I saw his tactical know-how in that match.
Yeah.
It was more of a tactical match. He won the match, and I said, these are coaches that they will do wonders in Europe. You get that kind of a thing. But let's see.
On to the next. So on Thursday in the Premiership, Ipswich will host Brighton. That will be another exciting fixture. What do you think, Sabubu?
Both sides to score.
Both sides to score. I still see a Brighton win. Man United host Southampton. Another opportunity for them to...
So straight win.
Okay.
From 14 to 11 or so.
All right. In the Copa del Rey on Thursday also, Madrid will be hosting Celta Vigo.
Well, I feel sorry for Celta Vigo.
You think they'll be bouncing back? Celta Vigo are a very stubborn side.
If there's anything that you should understand about some teams, even if they're playing Obas Cup in Madrid, they must win. It's not the team A or team B. Which team is playing? Real Madrid. Ancelotti has to get those boys.
Anyways, he has to. He has no choice. He doesn't at all. So on Friday, we have some games in the French League and in the Bundesliga. Dortmund hosts Eintracht Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is at home, so I don't know winning that game.
Yeah. Frankfurt are at home.
I see if Eintracht Frankfurt win or draw.
So Lille will host Nice. Montpellier will host Monaco.
The problem with Lille is
they have been a little off the pace.
They're very, very inconsistent. They've beat Real Madrid this season.
Yeah.
In the Champions League. They're very inconsistent. So you don't even know what you will get from them. Nice is either here or there. They keep changing coaches as if they're changing jerseys.
And it's not nice. It's not nice.
It's the owner of United that owns Nice.
Ineos. Well, we move on to Saturday, where we have exciting games in the Premiership once again. Newcastle will host Bournemouth. Brentford will host Liverpool. Leicester will host Fulham. West Ham, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal will host Aston Villa. If you were to say there will be a match that will spring a surprise, which of them would it be?
Brentford versus who?
Brentford versus Liverpool.
Brentford is at home.
Yes.
Liverpool beat them. Let's not expect any surprises in that match.
Okay.
Newcastle is playing who?
Newcastle hosts Bournemouth.
They'll beat Bournemouth.
I was thinking the reverse would be the case. No. Bournemouth will beat them.
See, Newcastle rested their top players. Even when they were 1-0 down on Sunday in the FA Cup, they still came back. See, their sights are set on that Carabao Cup and the top 4. Then if they can go far in the FA Cup, fine. Remember, they're not playing in Europe.
Yeah.
So they're fresher than everybody.
Their other rivals. Good. Okay, so would you then say that we'll be looking at an Aston Villa surprise against Arsenal?
I don't think so. You know why? Because they have to stop the rot as fast as possible. If they beat Tottenham Hotspur, I didn't say they will. If they beat Tottenham Hotspur, it spurs them on to take on Villa. Okay. Because as it is, they are the ones sitting in second. So the more they keep winning matches, even if they can't catch Liverpool, they still remain second.
They are secure in their Champions League place, which is a trophy for Arsenal.
It's a trophy for everybody right now.
It's a trophy for Arsenal.
No, let's forget about
No, we know the Champions League money is something.
As it is now.
Yeah.
United will die to be in the top 4.
Of course. Playing in the Champions
League. Because it helps your FFP rating. Don't forget that.
The income.
That is the FFP thing. Because now they will ask you where you're going to get money from. If owners are investing in the club, how do they now balance the
books? So, also on Saturday, Getafe will be hosting Barcelona. AC Milan will be traveling away to Juventus, which is an exciting fixture in the Serie A. Atalanta will be hosting Napoli, a top-of-the-table fixture.
Atlanta-Napoli.
Yeah, Atlanta are in third position, 43 points, same points with Inter Milan, but they have one less game in hand. Napoli are 47 points, so that's going to be a fixture to watch out for.
Barcelona win or draw. Then
AC Milan, Juventus.
Who is at home?
Juventus.
Juventus win or draw. I can't tell you straight win because Juventus is going to be very funny.
Okay, Atlanta versus Napoli.
Now, Atlanta win or draw.
Atlanta win or draw.
I've seen Juventus over 3 times this season. Draw matches they were leading 1-2-0.
You mean Napoli or
Juventus?
Juventus,
Juventus.
Okay. So
Bayern Munich is playing on Saturday. They play Wolfsburg.
Well, the Wolves will always catch it.
Leverkusen is playing too.
Yeah, Mönchengladbach. So I think those ones are games that we know what's up in there. On Sunday in the Premier League, Everton will be hosting Tottenham. Nottingham will be hosting Southampton. Man United will be hosting Brighton, and Ipswich will be hosting Man City.
Everton, Tottenham Hotspur. I still see Moyes being on his honeymoon. So is Everton win or draw?
I'll go with the Tottenham win or draw. Nottingham Forest, Southampton. We know what's going to happen
They'll
there.
beat Southampton. Southampton are already on their way out of the
They
Premier
will
League.
use wood, dig, flog people.
Right now they're on holidays.
Man United, Brighton.
That match is going to be very tough for United. The match will be more of a tactical game. You know why? Because the two coaches are very good tactically.
I go with a straight win for United. Ask me why.
Okay, tell me why.
Brighton have this ridiculously high line they play
Okay.
with their brothers in high line ship, Tottenham.
Okay.
And United will harm them for it.
But you know, if there's another thing I noticed about Brighton, when they play the big teams, watch their games, they don't play the high line.
No, they do.
It's not as prevalent when they are playing the smaller teams.
The smaller teams.
Because if they were playing that high line, the way you are talking about it,
Yeah.
they would have survived City. Neither would they have survived Arsenal
Now,
or Liverpool.
Now, Man U fans are not going to like this. And why? Man United is not going to get the respect the likes of City and Liverpool get from Brighton.
No. Maybe as at last week.
They won't.
As at last week.
I'm still telling you, you will see what will happen in that game.
As at last
Brighton
week.
will come out to, try to squeeze the small joy out of United. Man City versus Ipswich. Another stretching of legs. Ipswich are at home.
Don't talk about stretching of leg. Those Ipswich people are very
There's
funny.
nothing they are going to do. The lap might score and he will get his lap of honor, but Man City are going to crush Ipswich. Take it to the bank. Monday, Chelsea will be playing Wolves.
I remember you said Man City will crush Everton.
Who?
You.
Everton. Did I say so?
Yeah, you said it.
Unfortunately, they didn't. But those things happen. Those things happen. I don't think I said they will crush Everton. No, I doubt because
you said
no. I knew.
No, you said this is time for Man City to be back.
No. I don't think I said that because I should know better. But you can go and check the last episode and remind me if I really said that.
Not the last episode. About 3 or 4 episodes.
3 episodes. Go and check that episode. VAR. Look at me, remind me. So we're talking about games on Sunday. On Monday already. We went to Monday. On Sunday in the La Liga, Madrid will host Las Palmas. Celta Vigo will host Atletico Bilbao and Valencia Sociedad. Fiorentina will host Torino in Italy and Inter will play Empoli. So go and do your own homework for this one. We don't give you an assignment. You can drop your own prediction now in the box and we'll see how it goes. Sabubu, before we leave, because we are already getting down to the end of the show, what's up in the transfer market? Like you said, Arsenal are looking very short on players. So is there any news about incoming? Are there
the outlets in Europe were talking about Velasquez, what's that Georgian player that plays for Napoli?
Oh. That one is assured to join PSG.
The irony about it is
just get that one
his head has been turned. And Conte is very upset because I saw a press release where he said they allow one of the best players leave. It was okay. Now they're allowing another one go. And that was not what they told him at the beginning of the season. Now you started to whine.
Yeah. No. I think it's painful that they'll be losing him, but I don't think it's in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's that catastrophic.
Because I'm surprised I'm surprised that Premiership teams did not
go for him. The release clause is ridiculous. But surprisingly, they are not selling him for that high to PSG. But he's going to be quadrupling his wages. So it's 4 times what he's earning now. So good luck to him.
There's something you need to understand about European football is they have 2 transfer markets.
Yeah, the one for English teams.
One for Europe and they have one for England.
Okay. So we all know what happened.
Because if you know how much PSG is paying for him, you'll be shocked. It's region between 65 to 70 million.
And he was being quoted 150 for the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal. So on from him. I'm talking about Kvaratskhelia. About some kind names there when we say you could just bite your tongue. So talking about him, and his replacement, Napoli are looking to Manchester United right now to replace the guy, and they have approached United for Garnacho. And Ineos have said that nobody is untouchable in the project. We were on the last show talking about Kobe Mainoo to Chelsea, which is ridiculous. I mean, why would you sell such a talent?
Amado Diallo had to sign a contract as fast as possible.
Yeah, so they are looking at getting Garnacho, but they say if we can't get Garnacho, you can give us Rashford on loan. So we'll manage the end of season. So that's also something to watch out for. The replacement, the merry-go-round of replacements for players that are traveling. And then Aston Villa are also looking for their own, or looking to start their own merry-go-round, which involves Donyell Malen, their winger, joining Dortmund's Malen, joining Aston Villa, Chukwuemeka, who was from Aston Villa to Chelsea, now joining Dortmund to replace him. So we do observe. Also, I think Renato Viega has been subject of a bid from Dortmund, and he's saying that he wants to leave. AC Milan
has made inquiries about their Disasi, yes.
Yeah, looking more likely to join AC Milan right now is Kyle Walker. It is rumored that Man City
initially, from what we heard was Inter were the team that needed him initially, but Inter said they were not signing anybody from the UK any longer. That's why the switch now went to AC Milan. Did you hear the gist about a Saudi club wanting to buy him? Then the wife had to put the divorce on hold.
Yeah, because of
petrodollar.
Fear the gender, shall. So Kyle Walker is looking very likely that he will join AC Milan, and Man City are willing to allow him to leave for free. Also, in other news, Man United have signed a young left back from somewhere we don't know, but they are looking to unearth another gem after missing out on Moises Caicedo from his Ecuadorian club because of, we know the 2 signed player and I know the whole our hand. They have signed a young left back, so probably we'll get to know his name very soon. For now, I don't know his name. Sorry, United. Juventus have also bid for Bacchus Araujo, so we are going to see how far with that one. Let's see whether Barcelona can let go of one of their defensive linchpins. We keep on updating you with whatever happens in the transfer window, as we are always here for you to serve you the hottest jollof rice and to make sure, the banter make opposition fans blood pressure rise, no verse. But it is our work. We'll continue to do that. And Champions League is back next week for those people that their clubs are playing in Champions League.
Next week we'll do the Champions League.
We'll look at it some more. So until we come back, Shabubu,
help me thank them. The subscribers are going up.
My
the followership are going up. The viewership is going up. We really appreciate it.
I cannot speak enough. Thank you, Dalu.
We believe you continue to support us. Constructive criticism
is welcome.
Our
producers were telling us that we are acting very local. Sorry. Obrigado, gracias, danke. All our fans in the UK, we appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for loving the show. Keep on encouraging us. Keep on supporting us. We are going to take you places, and you are going to take us places. Believe that.
Till we meet again, stay blessed.